My speech today is going to be on the show lamb industry. The show lamb industry reaches across the United States, especially here in California. The show lambs, or club lambs, are only a part of what the show industry really is. There's also cattle, swine, and goats. I have raised sheep for 10 years. I've also shown them for 10 years as well. They play a really big role in my life. My mom did it, me and my brother do it, my grandfather did it. What my artifact is going to be today is my ear tags. Not only are these ear tags identification, but they're also a reminder to me about the hard work and dedication I put into my project. I won state fair and I won my county fair with these 2 ear tags, or these 2 sheep. What I'm going to be talking about today is what is a show lamb, the show sheep industry, and why is it so important? Let's start with what is a show lamb. Your show lamb is not your average lamb. If you've ever gone to a county fair or fair, most of the time there will be a livestock exhibit. There you will find a bunch of kids running around in all white or a red and denim, and they're either part of 4-H, FFA, or Grange. These kids have worked hard to train their lamb and for them to perform in the ring. In the ring, these sheep will be judged off of balance, muscling, and structural correctness. Now, these sheep can go from $400 to $10,000. People will go great lengths to win their county fair or their state fair. These sheep are born and raised athletes. Now, everything started, the sheep show started in 1919 in Tulare, California. Here, now, there are 78 fairs in California alone, and there are 58 county fairs. There are also 28 jackpot shows, and most states, for instance Texas, consider showing livestock an individual sport. Now, individual sports are a really good way to build kids' confidence, especially with livestock. It not only builds confidence, but it's a lot of responsibility. You gotta feed and water and take care of this animal for at least 60 days. This is why it's so important. This is not only a stream of revenue for the county fair or other events, it's also revenue for the exhibitor. This gives kids, like I said, a lot of responsibility. It teaches them from an early age that responsibility and taking care of another lamb is a big deal. It's not like I just fed it and then walked away. You gotta practice with it. You gotta train the lamb. You gotta teach it to walk on a lead. They don't know that in the beginning. Also, you can't just give it water in the beginning of the week and at the end of the week, you're like, oh, I should fill it up. That's not how it works. If that water's not clean, that lamb's not gonna eat. So it teaches the kid a lot of responsibility besides on feeding. It's a lot of work. Show sheep are also given to research. So these sheep, since they're so tame, they are given to UC Davis. For instance, I give my lambs to UC Davis so they can run blood work on them, since our blood and their blood are so similar in certain ways. So instead of inhumanely injecting a lamb with antibiotics, they will pull the blood and then they will treat the blood that they've pulled. They're also used for meat consumption. So at the end of a show lamb's career, they will be sent off to a butcher or a meat lab, where the meat lab, they can study the meat and see how the meat grows, or you can have it for human consumption. Most of the time you'll find lamb in a grocery store or at steakhouses. It is kind of a rare entity to come by lamb. It is a little expensive than most. The show sheep industry is unique in its own way. It gives a better sense to kids about responsibility, time management, and hard work. It also gives the student or exhibitor an early start on a financial building. In jackpot shows, you can win a cash prize, or at certain county fairs, you sell in an auction, and in that auction, you get money for selling your lamb. It also builds a better sense of confidence, like I said earlier. Showing sheep, since it's an individual sport, it relies on you. It relies on the kid, on how you show, how well you practiced, and like how hard you worked. If you worked hard, you're going to get in that ring, you're going to be confident, and you're going to show to the best of your ability. But if you don't put hard work in, you're not going to show as good as you should. So, in sum, the livestock industry, or the lamb show industry, is more than just meat consumption or the sales of a lamb. The sheep industry is more broad than you think. And that is my speech about the sheep industry, the show sheep industry.